Hey everybody, Tommy here. This is Math Productions. This video, all about business. We're talking my top 5, honestly my personal top 5 favorite mods in under 5 minutes. I'm just going to hit you with the broad strokes, the highlights, the most important things, the reason why these are my top 5. The first one I'm showing, Take Your Time, Quests Don't Autostart. It's by AGD25. Most of us familiar with the game know that on your initial walkthrough, from the spaceport in New Atlantis, going into the city proper, you're hit with a whole bunch of random NPC conversations that trigger a bunch of quests to auto start for you. It immediately clusters up your quest log, and if you're like me, it makes you feel a little bit overwhelmed and like wanting to complete everything right now, but knowing that you can only go one quest at a time, right? And again, by AGD25, the Revelation main quest Overhaul. I think that these two go work well hand in hand in tandem. This one changes the way that the temples and the powers work specifically for the main quest. It does change 2 of the main quests from auto starting once you complete the quest prior. So again, I think these two mods play very, very well together. They change the game in a fundamental way that literally doesn't change anything about the game other than your quest management. Highly recommend both of those mods. My next duo of mods are both by OldBard. It's Bards Outpost Crew Command, which is actually an add-on for the main mod, which is Bards Outpost or Settlement Recruitment Beacon. Both of these are absolutely phenomenal. They do change the way the game works fundamentally. Vanilla base game, your settlement outpost building, it is important and it can be made varying degrees of more or less importance. But no matter what, you can only station your 20-some potential companions at those outposts that you're building. Well, with Bards Outpost Crew Command and Bards Outpost Settlement Recruitment Beacon, or Settler Recruitment Beacon, they literally can bring up to 20 NPC colonists, settlers if you will, to the outpost that you have the Recruitment Beacon set up in. And if you're a fan of Fallout 4, that's what these mods do, is it gives you that feeling of being able to build something from nothing and giving other people that live in this universe, this world, whatever, an opportunity that they might not have otherwise had. I cannot recommend these mods enough. It gives you that missing, lived-in feeling that the outposts have at the initial base game, vanilla base game. It's tons of fun. There's so many mechanics that is a series of videos all in itself on how to set up outposts, how to manage your outposts, all that. But no matter what, it will not give you what these two mods give you. Both by OldBard, highly recommend them. And this last mod here is by Ghostwriter231. It is the Xeno Masters for Creations. And this is probably my #1 absolute favorite, most recommended, cannot recommend it enough, highly enough. If you want something that doesn't change established lore of the game, it doesn't add things to the game that's not there, it doesn't inhibit things in the game that are already there, if you want something that can just provide an entirely new aspect of play that otherwise is not at all in the game period, this is absolutely the mod that I encourage. It just makes sense to me whether you're exploring, whether you're following quest lines, whatever. The game already sends you to so many locations that have these living fauna, whether they're aggressive, whether they're passive, whether they're tiny like this little roach guy, or whether they're giant. There's so many awesome creatures in this game. And maybe it's just because I'm biased coming from Ark. Ark is one of my favorite games for the past half decade. Personally, that's what I wanted when I was exploring these locations and finding these creatures, is I wanted the ability to make them my own. And that's what this game does. And again, it's not just like having a pet, but you can actually tame these creatures. They can then follow you like a companion. You can have them hold things. You can dismiss them to locations. Look at this. Little roach guy is literally in the midst of a fight with me, doing everything he can to help me out. So if you want a mod that touches everything, this is it. I love it.